There is a rookie playing across the street from here at Staples Center who has become the buzziest player of the NBA preseason. But no, not talking about Lonzo Ball. I'm talking about Kyle Kuzma. The kid was balling out again last night. So check this spin move here. Nice. Let's slow-mo that, shall we?
Love it.
There you go. He also showed off the range with a series of spot-up threes. And these clips are hardly an anomaly. Over 5 preseason games, Kuzma is averaging 19 points on 56% shooting. So he's not just the top scorer on the Lakers. He's the number 7 scorer in the league this preseason. Not for rookies, in the league, which explains why Magic Johnson has been calling the number 27 overall pick, quote, the steal of the draft. Or why a rival team exec told the Ringer's Kevin O'Connor, quote, we're kicking ourselves. Of course, it's not like what's obvious now was that obvious back then. Here's Lonzo on what he remembers of Kuzma from college.
College, he wasn't that good, to be honest. I mean, I don't even remember him when we played him.
Wasn't that good in college, to be honest.
Thanks a lot.
You know, he did say later in the clip that he's happy they're teammates now, and that might be a bit of an overstatement, but it is true. Kuzma was not a remarkable three-point shooter, say, at Utah. He averaged around 30% from behind the arc, whereas if you combine summer league and preseason, he's just been lethal back there. He's been 42% and just in the clutch situations the Lakers have needed him to be. He credits some of the improvement to the fact that the NBA three-point line is further out, which of course we know, but he says that actually forces him to focus on his form more. Those around Kuzma are crediting his rocket-like improvement actually to his attitude. Did you see the clip here? Kuzma courtside with Vince Carter before last night's game, just peppering the vet with questions. Luke Walton says Kuzma does that with everyone, then habitually goes back into the gym, works his butt off to put the advice into practice. And you just have to read the in-depth piece that Bleacher Report's June Lee did on Kuzma. It's really good. And Kuzma details these rough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He talks about how the water crisis there pushed so much of his world into chaos and how he, quote, doesn't want to have to go back there. He also explains how his mother, Kari, held at least 2 jobs the entire time Kuzma was growing up, even though that meant they had to move 9 times in 16 years. He learned from Kari how to work like hell for what he wanted, and now he has worked himself into such a good spot with the Lakers. Walton says he's considering starting Kuzma, despite the team's glut of much more highly drafted forwards. Whether that happens or not, this is clear. Kyle Kuzma is more than just buzz, and for a Lakers team that already has enough of that hype going on, that sure is a welcome sight. So Luke Walton says, look, this is a kid who is really outpacing with work, Scotty, a lot of the guys, the young players he's seen. What do you make of him?
Well, I really like him. I've watched this kid since the draft and even before the draft. And just the fact over these last 3 or 4 months, the improvement that he has made and the confidence level that he's playing with. Going to watch the Lakers here a week ago, this kid takes the last shot, a big shot to really help them win the game. And it was just amazing to watch a young player, and even throughout the summer league, how much improvement that he's made. And I felt like he definitely has been the steal of the draft. I think Magic was exactly right. Like, this kid is very versatile. He can play multiple positions, and he can defend as well.
Right. So 2% of all NBA players can play on any team at all because they're superstars. Right. The other 98% needs to find a place where they can fit, that fits right for them. And this is the place for Kuzma. And he has the right coach. It's a young team. They're going to play a certain way. They're going to play up tempo. And they need to improve. They need contributions from young players. It's the perfect spot for him. And I said that about Isaiah Thomas last year with the Celtics. It was the perfect place for him to
we're going to get to that.
We'll get to that.
Just in a few minutes. It is that what you're saying, though, is true. And Lonzo playing alongside him has been super successful.
Right.
Lonzo has great feel for the game, right? Those eagle-eye passing that he can do, and he's really put Kuzma in a position to blossom. Scotty, you're a player who wasn't some big college hotshot and then really found the NBA game quickly. How does that work?
I think it's just been his work ethic. This is a kid, again, he had to work up to get his stock up in the draft. So he knows nothing for the last 10 months other than working hard and trying to outplay players. And you talk about Julius Randle. He's a guy that's came out on the court and outplayed Julius Randle. And this is a guy that plays hard every possession. But the skill level that this kid has is far better than Julius Randle. So I understand what Luke Longley is saying in terms of looking at
Look at you.
stars.
You see that? You see that old Bulls
that's
video,
awesome.
and he just
That's
flashes
great.
right back.
I love that.
But I like what Luke Walton is doing with this young kid. He's allowing him to play and continue to blossom as, you know, he's been just propelling over these last few months.